Here we go, everyone. Today we are doing a review, a 20,000 mile review on our JL on 40s. Since the last review, back when we first had the 40s for the first few thousand miles, we didn't have what we have on it now today. So I figured it's time to do another review on this bad boy so people can see the longevity of 20,000 miles on a set of 40s. Nothing really done inside other than my wife leaving it completely trashed from the kids and other things. So this will basically be exterior, but then we'll go for a drive here in a little bit to show you what I noticed. I'm going to tell you what parts are on it, the ones I would repurchase, the ones I would not purchase, because there are a few little issues here and there. For the most part, though, I do love every part on this truck except for one or two that are just very little minor things. But anyway, so for what doesn't even matter for the 40s, except for clearance, we got the Moto-Built bumper, then the reinforced tire carrier as well. Both these, absolutely love them. I don't have a bumper with the swing gate on it to where I hear all this clinking and rattling, and this thing is done just absolutely fine. And then since this is up at my height, we'll go for this one right here. X-Comp Mud Trains, the Gladiators, 40s by 1350 on a 17-inch wheel. This is one of the few things I would go ahead and change. All right, so they have worn pretty well, which they do need rotated, but this is 20,000 miles into having them. So they're actually doing pretty well for how ridiculously aggressive they are, but they balance absolutely gosh awful. So I do have beads in it right now, which I do want to go back to weights, which people don't understand, people running weights in these things. But I've went anywhere from 10 ounces all the way up to 13 ounces. Still can't get them balanced right. When I put weights on these tires, which those were with 12-inch wide wheels the last time I had weights. I've only had beads all the time running this setup. But whenever I would put weights on it, it'd drive absolutely perfect for 2-3 months, maybe even 4 months, because it doesn't get driven a whole lot. We've had this thing a year and a half, almost 2 years, and we just cracked 20,000 miles, I think, actually on the way home today. But after about 3,000 miles of driving with these things, or one excessively long road trip up to Canada and back, the tires are already out of balance, need them rebalanced. It's just tedious, annoying, but hey, I mean, they do look great. People ask all the time, hey man, what tires are those? Just because they are ridiculously aggressive and awesome looking. But at the same point in time, I will not purchase them again. Then we are now running Dirty Life wheels, all custom matched in paint, which whenever the tires are balanced, they do an amazing job. So up for the suspension that we are rocking out here. So I've got Core 4x4 T4 control arms, front and rear, all of them, all re-greasable, adjustable. But we are actually running a middle cloak 3.5-inch lift for the shocks and the coils, because the coils are supposed to be a ridiculous travel spec on that. We are trusting Gus in the front through R-Tech, and we also have the, if I can see it from where I'm at, oh, I can't even see it from where I'm at. But we have the truss kit in the rear as well. So then you can also see Core 4x4 all the way around. Love the parts, would absolutely keep them. And they already came painted the color that I needed them. They have like 8 different options that you can choose from. And they actually even have a hotline that you can call them and try to see if they can go ahead and custom paint it for you. So when you put it on, you don't have to try to keep matching with these colors, if you choose to do so. Then Smitty-Built winch was a reach, which was a recent add-on. Haven't even got to use it, but my buddy Julian said we are going off-roading this weekend since the wife is out of town and I can steal her Jeep with no issues. And the most common question I get on this bad boy, wait, there we go. We gotta go ahead and pull this little guy down. Most common question I ever get: what engine are you running with those 40s? Oh man, forgot to spray out the engine bay. But I am just running the little 2.0 turbo. Yes, the turbo is extremely cute. It's about the size of my fist. If you all have ever kept up with the channel, I've had a massive amount of turbo vehicles with massive turbos. All this one is I have it recalibrated for the tires, for the transmission points, shifts, and the speedometer. Other than that, it is still sitting stock. These are running 410 gears. 410 gears have never given me any issues. Then we're running Fox steering stabilizer, Yeti HD Steer Smart. I would not trade that for the world as well. Everything up here has been doing amazing. The only shake I have whatsoever, and it's not death wobble, it is the tires. I'm not over here doing this down the road, which I'll show you here in just a little bit when we hit the interstate and everything. But it's more of up and down where the tires just won't roll out. So let's go ahead and close this little guy up so we can get to the nitty gritty, because a lot of people are, hey, well, how does it do as a daily? Sadly, this is my wife's daily. I am a truck guy. Need to upgrade these little suckers though to the locking ones for whenever we go to Jeep Invasion here in just a few months. I think I got the key. Jump in here. I will show it the best I can since I don't have my co-pilot here to hold the camera. Unless maybe this little guy wants to hold it. I don't think he'll hold it though. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I kind of lied to you guys. On this filming, we will break 20,000 miles. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, but now I'm just driving around doing 30 to 40 miles per hour. You can hear the road noise right now of the big aggressive tires. Not bad at all, especially for being in a Jeep, which anybody knows a Jeep Wrangler, they're not very quiet inside, even on stock tires. But anyways, I'm cruising at this speed because my wife swears there's some little rattling, shaking, there's some crazy noise between 30 and 40 miles per hour. I don't know if she's just trying to bash on me being a mechanic or how good of a mechanic I am, I guess. But every single time I seem to drive it, the noise disappears. However, many guys have the same issue. Hey, sweetie, something's wrong with the vehicle. It's doing this, it's doing that. You drive it, you drive for hours of test driving it around the neighborhood, down the interstate. Don't hear a single noise. And I'm doing the exact speed where she's like, it sounds like it's gonna fall apart, it's gonna break. Now, granted, I did go and, tighten a few things up a little extra snug, and I've never heard a noise, but Whew, okay, we're good. The squirrel made it. He darted out in front of me. But I don't know how well you can tell right now, but I am already bouncing up and down at 30 miles per hour. It's not crazy bad or anything, but it's just the little things like that when you got this much money invested into this vehicle and the build and everything to ruin it with a set of tires, when I can go buy some Cooper STTs with 40s, which apparently are very hard to come by right now, and I can make it completely smooth. I've talked to a few people that have taken their Jeeps on 40s across the whole country on the same exact wheel setup as me, and they had Cooper STTs. They lasted about 50,000 miles, and it rode smooth like a Cadillac. Now, granted, they're probably a better mechanic than me to where everything rides a little bit better anyways. But let's jump onto the interstate so y'all can hear the road noise for the interstate and see what is going on with this bounce that I'm talking about. Because I just really want to tell you, for the price of the Gladiators, you can't knock them, to be perfectly honest. I got one heck of a good deal on them. Actually, I got a good deal on a lot of these parts with a few sponsorships and everything that wanted to help out and, shoot a video on their parts, which we did. And I love the parts I got. But the Gladiator tires, I bought them secondhand off somebody that had 200 miles on them. Realized he couldn't afford to drive his Jeep on 40s, going through a divorce, so I snagged them for a ridiculous price. So that's why they're still in the Jeep. My wife's like, nope, you're not gonna go spend $3,000 on tires when we already have tires that are still perfectly fine. But onto the interstate finally. So here you go. I don't know if you can see the shaking. I'm trying to pull back to where you can see it a little bit better. Oh, there you go. I put my arm down on the center console so you can see how much my arm is actually shaking. But this is all due to the tires, which is the crazy part. As soon as I go get them rebalanced this week, it'll drive perfectly smooth, no issues at all. And boom, we finally hit the 20,000 miles. So I didn't lie to you about a 20,000 mile review. But we'll jump back over to the house for right now and go over a few more little details. Here is the final update from the home. It is now a naked Jeep, and this is how we're going to be taking it off-road this weekend. So stay tuned for that video from this weekend. It's going off-road. We're going to see how dirty we can get it, especially being the interior is already dirty anyway. So, screw it. It'll be all right. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Stopping by for the first time, please subscribe. You all have a great day.